You're listening to On Tap with Charlie Barker.
What's going on, people? It's Charlie Barker. I'm here with the main man, Raz Wren. What is going on, my guy?
What's happening, Charlie?
Good to see you, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
No, sweet, bruv. So today I have come down to sunny Blackburn, which is sunny, actually, but it's fucking windy as hell. Did not realise or expect loads of hills, which I've seen on the way up here, which was mad. But yeah, man, we're finally here. So, obviously, Raz Wren, he's known for Don't Flop videos. Do you want to let him know what else you're known for online?
Slapping people in pubs. And I make music. I make rap music. I do a bit of online creator things, if it's Instagram and all that. And I did the Don't Flop battles. I recently started raising money for charity. And just being an all-round swell guy, really. That's what I'm known for.
Yeah, what I wanted to know is, first of all, man, what got you into music then?
Well, basically, I had a heavy cocaine addiction for maybe a decade or over, you know, from being like 14, first dabbling, to 7 years ago. And I used music as a form of something else to do on a weekend, keep your mind busy while you're wanting to go out. You know, when you're in the process of quitting the drug, coming off the drugs.
Yeah.
There were a rapper, local lad called Slippy, MC Slip. He's like a veteran, a legend in the town. Great bounce MC, great rapper. He took me under his wing a bit. We're on the same council estate. He took me like to gym and, you know, keeping me occupied, keeping me busy, keeping me out of the pubs and out of the cocaine, basically. And then he started, spat me some bars on a beat once, and I started freestyling at the end of it. And he's like, fucking hell, you're actually quite sick. So he invited me to like a little jamming sesh where someone plays a guitar and everyone's rapping, and I killed it. So from there, he's like, right bars. So I did, and then that's where it started from, really. But it were basically to get myself out of addiction. So I come off cocaine. My mate who's passed away now, called John Ashworth, he got me off it. He opened my eyes, explained it all, and I basically went and detoxed in his house for like 3-4 days. You know, just sweating it out on his settee. People like coming round having brews, and I'm at other settee in this room.
I can imagine.
I used cannabis, so I switched to cannabis to keep myself calm, because you lose all your confidence when you come off cocaine. You're a shell of a man. Your anxiety levels are through the roof. You're depressed. You're down for about 28 days, 30 days. So I used the weed to keep myself mellow and chilled, and also like not wanting to go out. You know what I mean? But the music got more creative with the weed as well. Like, you'd think deeper into lyrics when you've had a joint than you would if you're just writing. So it was all like a mad thing, but it started off as a hobby to keep myself busy whilst I was coming off cocaine, and then people started saying like, keep going with it. So I just keep going with it, innit?
No, trust me, man. I went through like the gear and that, bruv, like, and it's just mental. And a lot of people, like, you're in a good place because you're in a pub now. Like, you know, we're here now. You're having a beer. There's so many people I know that can't even enter a pub anymore because they'll be in the toilet having a line with someone.
All my mates sniff. I'm not going to dox anybody, but pretty much 90% of them are still on cocaine. And I can sit with them, and I can sit up all night drinking with them, watching them sniff, and I'll just smoke my spliff, tell my stories. I won't tell them why it's bad what they're doing. I won't put a dampener on the buzz. I'll just probably fall asleep a bit before.
That's it.
Yeah, they don't bother me at all anymore. It's complete. I think in all the years since I've quit, there's only been like 1 or 2 times where I've thought about going back to it because it's too much. Do you know, like? When Taz died, my mate Taz got stabbed about, I'd say I was 4 months clean. That's when I got banned from the Brown Alarms as well, the viral video thing, 2019. So I've been clean for 3 months, 4 months, and then he got stabbed by someone who we grew up with as well. So one of the boys, it was fucked, mate. Horrible situation all round. And everyone thought I was going to get back on it because it was just something to cope with. And then obviously Connor died about 10 months after that, and people thought I was going to lose my head again. I thought I was going to lose my head again and get back on it, but
it's easy to jump back on it, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, something goes wrong,
just
like
to
a lot
turn
of
yourself
people
into a victim and make an excuse for it. So you can either be that kind of guy, or you can just think, right, my fucking feet are in this mud now. This is where I'm stuck, so I'm standing and I'm fighting in it. I'm getting out of it. And I push through. But since then, it's never fazed me, never bothered me. I've never been tempted by it. I think I know I can be an idiot just drunk, So with cocaine as well, it's a problem for everybody. My mum, my family, my kids, me. everyone in pub, everywhere I
Everyone
go,
who's
it's
around
no
you
good,
is-
no good.
No, trust
So
me,
I'm
man.
better off it, and I think I try and help people quit it as well, but obviously
Yeah.
not while they're set. They have to ask me. I'm not going to come out to them and like, you need to sort your shit out.
Yeah,
They've got
of
to want
course.
to stop, and I'll help them the same way Trio go help me, innit? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's mad, bro. Because it was when I were quitting it the first month, 2 months, I were itching for it. Literally, just wanted to sniff. I just wanted to sniff a line. But once you have like a month of sobriety, whatever it's called,
It's a bit like alcohol, similar
yeah,
thing.
you feel
like,
good. You feel
you
and I
know,
got my confidence back, and now I can like just be myself without the need of any fucking support
Without
from a drug. You know.
Yeah, man. No, trust me, that's good. Well, like as you see today, he's actually allowed in this pub, and we're in Blackburn.
Actually, they've asked me to shout them out, so we will give a special mention to the Spread Eagle at Mellor, one of the best, poshest pubs in Blackburn.
And one of the best views I've ever seen from a pub beer garden as well.
It's amazing.
So, like,
We'll get a cameo of that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, trust me, man. It's beautiful.
all the way around, 360 degrees as well.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's why you should never judge a book by its cover.
Trust me. But this is where I wanted to get to you as well, because obviously we met at the World Freak Fight League. You were doing a bit of interviewing. You were going to be doing the rapping as Jack Fay comes on the stage and stuff. And we actually met their people. So we've gone from there. And then obviously I see your videos online as well. And like, I know you're all about positive energy as well, like me. And there were so many other people, like your videos, that have gone viral with the pub thing. And people are probably thinking like, what the fuck? You know, like you said to me, you've had quite a lot of people message, giving abuse and giving this and that. But no one ever knows the full story. So do you want to actually say to the camera and the people out there what the story is about?
Well, basically, I got bored from the Brownhill when Taz died, like I just told you before, in 2019. And the landlady's not let me in since. So on the weekend of the pub incidents, and there's two pubs in there. So the Rising Sun, I got bored from 2 or 3 years ago, where like a big mass broke. 2 or 3 lads started to attack me, and then everyone else joined in, including the landlord and other people. So that's why I keep going in now, winding them up, because I think it's funny, you know. Like, But this weekend, we were meant to be on the Saturday. We were in Wolverhampton. We were in the hotel. Jack Fay's in the fucking bathroom of the hotel room, cutting weight for his fight the next day. I'm meant to be rapping out with my mate Impact from London. We were going to smash it. We had a proper choreographed performance planned out. We put a lot of time and effort and energy into it. And then Jack slipped in the shower and pulled his hamstring. And he couldn't throw a punch without wincing it. You couldn't let him fight. It was bad. He couldn't move properly. So 4 o'clock in the morning, he's injured himself. Hours before the day is about to start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've told them, the Fatty brothers, in the morning. We've tidied up the room, packed up. Tail between our legs, heads down. Walked to the nearest Asda, bought a 10-pack of Stellas, got on the train 10 o'clock in the morning, started drinking, and obviously Jack were gutted. He's missed out on a massive fight. I thought he would have won it as well if he would have been fit enough to fight.
Well, I've seen some of his fights, man. He's a good fighter.
He's a very good technical fighter. He's very good at what he does. But it was just sick to watch him go through all that just for nothing at the end, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying carried him. That's the wrong word, but like supported him. I was there for him all the way home. I was listening to his side of the story. I didn't complain. I think we had like a 30-second falling out where I went, "You've not even fucking thought about." And then I remembered that. So we had a drink. We got back to my house 5-6 o'clock. Jack went, and I thought, right, my turn to let my emotions out now. I've just missed out on biggest platform I'll probably ever get, live on Kick on the World Freak Fight League, and I were about to smash a rap performance. We would have won the walkout of the night. We would have got paid. Jack would have got 10 grand. We would have been laughing. Instead, I'm sat in my smoking room in my house, drinking whiskey out the bottle, sad as fuck about it all, and deflated because of all the effort that I put in to everything else. So the vlog, going with Jack to the World Freak Fight League, all the editing, filming everything, planning, preparation, fell at the last hurdle, man. We were gutted. That's what it is. So I've gone to the pub, the Rising Sun, and I were only going to pick up some takeaway. And I thought, I need a pint. I want to go in and have a pint. I need to sit at a bar, feel the atmosphere of a pub, and just look into a drink. And, like, as a man does when he's feeling down, that's what...
have a bit of company around you. Someone's going to come over. What's happening, mate? How you doing? Just a bit of company as well.
A bit of conversation, a bit to take your
mind
mind off it. Now, I've been bored from these pubs for over 2 years. So whatever I've done, it shouldn't be this long. Normal people get bored for a month.
Or a year
just
max.
year
like,
max,
yeah,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
And I did go in and ask, can I come back in? And I knew I was
Yeah, I
bored,
watched the video. You weren't being rude, were you?
I
Like,
weren't
you know,
until he said no after he shook my hand, because
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to me. Why are you shaking my hand then and being my friend if you're not going to let me drink in your pub?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what? I've not got a conviction of being a monster. My
No,
convictions are they're like a couple of drunken disorderlies from when I
Yeah.
was younger,
Yeah.
a cannabis thing, and then it's more police harassment than anything else.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
I think there's the cannabis conspiracy and one assault from when we were like 16
Yeah,
that are major. Everything else is minor.
That's what I
Do you know
mean,
what?
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
a real career criminal. I'm not fucking a threat to anybody's life. Or
No.
I just sometimes when it gets too much for me, I need somewhere to go and
Of
just.
course. Yeah, yeah.
So I tried to go in the pub and they said no, and it got me.
We got to
quarters
try
of
and
a
get you in the
million.
libraries
Well,
instead.
No, I think what I'm going to do in a couple of weeks is get, do you know them glasses with a mustache and a nose?
Yeah. You
Because
should,
disguise
yeah,
and just
yeah.
see what happens. But,
Go in it looking like the Mr. Monopoly man or something.
yeah,
do
so
you know what I mean?
that's basically that's what happened. I went in, tried to get a pint, and they said no. Explained the reasons, and it went
Yeah.
semi-viral. So I walked down the road to the next pub, knowing that I've been bored for 7 years, and the landlady hates me with a passion. I don't know why. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but she cannot stand any of my family for some reason.
Yeah.
Wild. So when I've walked in, I kind of knew already that they weren't going to serve me, but I thought I'm
Yeah.
recording it. I'll ask, and then she can explain to me why not. It's been 7 years, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's a long time for anybody. But she weren't having it. She wouldn't even give me an explanation. And then the guy kicked me. Now, like I said to you earlier, I've had pro fighters messaging me, threatening me and all that. And
Yeah.
I don't want to go and have a straightener with anybody I don't know for no reason. I'm not
No,
about
of course,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if anybody who's saying they're going to do this and that to me, come and kick me and see if I don't hit you back.
Yeah.
Anybody. Nobody gets to put hands on me and not expect something back. That's all it is. It's tit for tat.
This
He
is the
kicked
way
me,
of the
that's-
world,
that's how it
bruv.
works,
Do you know what I
innit?
mean? Yeah, it's the
So-
way of the world, mate. If someone come in here for either of us, bruv, and done something, you know, you got to expect retaliation.
You can't just
mate.
go around
Do you
putting
know
your
what I
hands on
mean?
people without repercussions. And
Yeah,
he kicked me, and
yeah.
I told him it's on camera. This is what the police actually got in touch with me via a third party. They sent me a police reference number, so I've emailed
Yeah.
saying, "What the fuck's this about? I've never had a police reference. I've never been
Yeah, yeah.
a witness or a victim to anything in my life.
Course.
Yeah, what's this about? Something to do with an incident in the pub where you've been assaulted." And I said, "Who's reported it?" Unfortunately, a third party has. And I said,
So probably landlady, yeah.
well, I think
Or-
what's happened is they've tried to report me for slapping him, and they've seen
Yeah.
the CCTV, and it's
then
like, "Oh,
it's
you've been
gone the other way
assaulted,"
round.
and yeah. So, but
Yeah,
I've said,
yeah.
"Don't message me again. I've got PTSD from the police as it is.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
make a report. If any more come in, I'm not interested. I don't want to know about it. Don't contact me again." I've got proof on email as well.
Yeah.
But somebody tried to get me in trouble for it, and it's backfired. So this is why I'm umming and ahhing. Should I go back in now? Because I'm already on a suspended sentence. I'm already.
Course.
Is it worth antagonising even further to get myself?
Yeah.
Because I'd have to serve my jail sentence.
Ain't
you know
worth
what
it,
I
is
mean?
it? Ain't worth
To
it.
try just for a bit of content. So I am umming and
Yeah.
ahhing, but I am thinking about putting a disguise on and trying
Just
to
for a
sneak in.
laugh. Even they've got to see the funny side
That's
of that
it.
as
Well,
well.
they
do
won't
you know
know.
what I mean? They
Round
won't.
here, it's small town mentality.
Yeah.
It's crab in a bucket mentality.
Yeah,
Now, when
yeah.
my best mate died, Connor, in 2020, I got blamed for it. The police come through my door. They took me
Yeah.
to hospital, got me examined by a doctor, and then told me that I was driving a car and I killed Connor, and then locked me up in a cell. They were trying to remand me. There were people in jail waiting for me to land on overnight wing to get me for Connor.
Course. Yeah,
Connor's
yeah,
my
yeah.
best mate, yeah?
Yeah.
The story was that the police got told is when he crashed his car, I was seen running away from it.
Okay.
But my story, which collaborated, is the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
He left the pub at like 10:30,
Yeah.
and he drove off, and I told him to get out of his car, and he drove off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
his time of death on the report, it were after 12, but the time of the collision was 11:47. That's the
Okay.
time I've got on the paper
Yeah, yeah.
of the report from the police. I didn't leave the pub till like 11:52, and it was a mile and a half, 2 miles down the road. So
Yeah.
after he crashed, I'm still in the pub where he drove off from, and the police had that CCTV anyway, but they still come through my door and they still raided me and took me in and accused me of it. They tried to frame me for it. The only thing
Yeah.
is, Connor had a new car and I'd never been in it, never even sat in
Oh,
it.
so your DNA or
DNA
nothing's
wasn't
in
in
there.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
also, when I got home, I went to the petrol station that was behind my house at the
Yeah.
time, and they used to sell bacon butties 24 hours. So I
Yeah.
bought one, and it was cold. So when I've bit into it, I've turned back round, gone back to the shop, and a police van's pulled up.
Yeah.
As I've gone in kicking off about my butty, I want a warm one, blah, blah, blah. But I remember seeing the police van, and the police have got, like, trackers on them.
Yeah.
So I could,
yeah,
how
yeah.
could I have known that there was a police van at that time, at this
At
level?
that place?
So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is why
yeah.
like, I
Course.
wasn't in the car, but this is how they couldn't make anything stick because there was no
Yeah.
evidence. But they told the whole community that I killed him. Everybody thought I did. They took my phone, my laptop, my cash, my bank cards. I couldn't pay my rent, my electric, all gone off. I was sat in the dark 6 weeks, waiting for trouble to come, waiting for windows to go through.
Yeah.
I did carry his coffin in the end. His brother come round after like 3 or 4 days and he talked to me because the police liaison officer were telling him that I'd killed him. They were telling him that I killed him. So when he come round and talked to me, he knew I'd never leave him if I were there. Do you know what I mean? I would never have left him. So we had the chat and then they asked me to carry the coffin and I go up and maintain his grave every week. I'm there every week. He's my best mate. I've got pictures of him around my house. But they still haven't forgiven me for a crime I didn't commit around here.
That's mad. So they're still harassing you, giving you problems.
Yeah. It's not so bad anymore. I'm not going to lie and say it's 6 years now. But for the first 3 years, I couldn't go into any pub without somebody saying, "Oh, you're the guy that killed your mate." And my head wasn't in a space to take any of that. So it was literally just, bang, was that? Headbutt, was that? How's that feel? And I get bored. I don't give a fuck. I'm not bothered. Don't speak shit like that. But my head, I weren't in the right headspace. And then more mates died.
The thing is, you're like, wouldn't say a victim, but you are a victim of losing your friend in the same, when people are saying like, you've lost your fucking pal, so your head's not in the right place anyway. Then you've got some mug going, oh yeah, like you've done this, you've done that. That's it's kicking you while you're down, isn't it? Really.
And that's what they did.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what they did.
Yeah.
It was bad.
This the police, isn't it?
Because the police knew that they'd made a mistake, then they harassed me. So then they were sending cars outside my house. So every time I'd open my bedroom curtain, there'd be a police car there. I'd be having panic attacks, anxiety. They're going to come in again. They're going to try and jail me for something else.
Yeah.
After about any pub I walked into, I started drinking water. I started walking into pubs and saying, "Can I have a pint of water?" And then they'd come in and arrest me, try and do me for drunken disorderly. And I'd be like, "All right, I want you to do bloods test. I'm asking for a breathalyzer. They won't do it because it's not road related, but I'm asking for a breathalyzer because I haven't drank. Just trying to show you a point." So they dropped me off outside my house, take me from a pub and take me to my house.
Free taxi, innit?
Yeah, but I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get out of my house because it's getting too much.
Yeah.
And then they'd arrest me every opportunity they could. I was getting kicked to fuck in the cells, and I mean, like, blood coming out my ears and shit. Yeah, really bad. I got pepper sprayed off them on my bollocks. They stripped me naked. So they come into, there's a video I've got, it's on the FTP music video. There's a little clip of a, like, reel. About 11, 12 officers running back up pub and start twatting me, pepper spraying me. And I'm not fighting back, I'm just resisting the arrest because what have I done wrong? Why are you arresting me? You don't have a right to put your hands on me unless I've committed a crime. I'm in a pub smoking, there's CCTV everywhere. Show me what I've done wrong. So I resisted. So they were battering me. They took me to the cells in handcuffs, straight past the desk sergeant signing in bit.
Yeah.
Straight into a cell, cut my jeans off me, cut my jacket, my clothes, everything off me, my trainers. Yeah. They took my trainers off and cut my laces just to be cunts, you know, so I had to walk home with no laces. And then battered me properly, and he pepper sprayed me in my face. But because obviously I'm flight or fight, and I know I can't get out of it anyway, I'm trying to antagonise still, so I was giving it whilst he's spraying the pepper spray in my face. And then he took it round to the opposite end of me and sprayed it right on me bollocks and near my arsehole and all that. And it shut me up, bro. You know, like, I'd be quiet now, I'm sorry, you know. And then they left me handcuffed for ages in cell. They come back in, pick me up by the handcuffs, drag me naked to another cell with a camera in it, unlock the cuffs off me, shut the door, and I were in the toilet, catching the flush water as it comes down, trying to making it worse, mate. Making it worse. And it was for a Section 5A, could cause a lot more distress. So not even a charge that's worthy of going to court.
Yeah, so what I wanted to ask then, so what got you into like the Don't Flop? How did you manage to get on that channel and go into rap battling?
Right, so I'd been writing bars for about 6 months, 5 or 6 months. Nothing serious has come out. I made one song called Horror Show, put it on like a video, recording yourself while the beat's playing in background. And it got like 10, 15,000 views or something. So Don't Flop or put an advert on. Think you've got what it takes. Email us now, showing us you can rap, and we'll get you a tryout match. So I sent them the Horror Show video, and they replied like 4 hours later saying, "Yeah, we'd love you to come down for a tryout. You're going to be battling against a guy called Dale, that rapper Dale."
Okay. Was that in London?
Yeah, this is in Tottenham. So we were on the 29th of January. My birthday's on the 28th, so it was like a birthday weekend for me. I got on train from Preston. But it got changed, so they changed my opponent. Dale pulled out, and then he got matched with someone else. Okay. And then I got matched with a guy called Zilla. And there's a tryout reel. There's about a 30-second clip of it online.
Yeah. Where can I find that?
On Don't Flop. If you're typing February tryouts, it's like 6 minutes in. It's like everybody's tryout, so a minute each battle. So
Okay.
like 20 battles on the day or something. We're 6
Yeah.
minutes in. I went down to Battlezilla, and I got on the train at Preston, and I remember being at the train station, and I had this nervous feeling. The doors were like open at the train, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
don't get on the train. And then I walked on, and it did the beep 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 shut, and I'm like, right, that's it. We're going to London.
Yeah.
And I've never been London on my own before either, so I didn't know what were going on about. But we went down, got off at London Euston, and I seen a group of lads. I've asked them, like, I'm looking for this Tottenham Road Court or something, Tottenham Court Road. Can you show me where it is? Are you going to the Don't Flop thing? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying out. He's like, oh, it's sick. So I got talking to these lads.
Yeah.
And then they made me feel like welcome, actually. And then we got there, and he told this reporter guy that I were a battle rapper tryout. So they interviewed me, and I weren't expecting any of that. You know, I thought it was like an audition, bro. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect. Because I used to watch battle rap when it first come around, like Lunacy were popping and Shotty Horror.
Yeah.
And then I got into like real life, and I just didn't bother with YouTube at all. I weren't asked. I were out making my money doing what I was doing, and not even interested in making music or out, you know. So I gave up on it all till like I seen the advert really in 2020. I missed all that period of battle rap.
That's crazy, yeah.
So I didn't have a clue what I were entering into. I just thought it's a rap. I want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I'll do a battle rap. That's what you're meant to do, innit? You have clashes and that.
Yeah.
So
how does it work then? Is it like freestyles that you make before you get there, or is it top of your head?
No, you get your opponent.
Yeah.
So they sometimes give you like a month, sometimes 6 months. You get a time for how long, and you just write your rounds and rehearse them and perform it.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can put in freestyles if you want, or if you forget what you're saying, you'll freestyle. Or like if they say something that gets a reaction, you'll try and say something to flip it, to take the reaction away, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's like a war of words, but you get preparation and you write your bars. So that's how it always has been in UK battle rap. So I went down, I did my battle, I got a massive good reaction to it. People enjoyed it. And then I come home, and obviously this were in January 2020, so Connor was still alive, and we were buzzing off it. He's like, I can't believe what you've just done and all this shit. And
He sounds like a good friend, man.
he were a good mate of mine. He was my boss. We were a bricklayer, and I were a labourer. I was learning on trowel. I was going to be a brickie through him, you know. We were going to make a bit of cash together, and that's what we were going to do. We weren't interested in music that way. But then when he died, it was like an expression, innit? And this was just so. But when I did my first battle, we were buzzing, we were happy, and then I got booked to do another one in March, and then lockdown came, innit?
Yeah.
So we had like a year off, and then Connor died during lockdown, and I had a battle booked in September, and we buried him in September.
Okay.
So I went to the battle in Leeds against Dale, who I meant a battle initially. My head was fucked, and I weren't eating, I weren't sleeping. Obviously, all that went on with the police, so I was in a bad way. And
were you struggling with addiction at the time?
No,
like with the coke,
I was struggling on drink. I was drinking heavy, but I was done with the cocaine for about a year now. So people thought I was going to go back on it, and the way I was drinking, people were expecting, but I was drinking to just silence it all in my head, just forget about it. It's
easy to do, isn't it, with a drink?
As a man, it's the only thing you can really do. I know there's a lot more people now like yourself pushing men's mental health and let's talk about it. I do promote it myself in some battles and that, but saying it is easier than doing it. You know, like I can't open up about my feelings, bro, because then I'll look weak. And I'm the man of my family and that, you know what I mean? It's as a man, you can't do that. You got, even though people say it, and it is easier said than done, this is what we're pushing to, innit? This is the whole point. But so I went to do the battle in Leeds, and I'd literally just turned up, rapped to the guy. I couldn't be arsed at all, and then went home. And then obviously I ate the drink more, and another school friend passed away, took her own life, and sent me even more. Well, like, when's it going to stop? When's it? And I did another battle. I wrote bars for it, but I didn't practice. I just thought, fuck it, we'll see what happens. And I stumbled my second round. Some people do argue that even with the fuck up of a round, I still won 2-1. But in my eyes, if you stumble around, you've lost the fight. You know what I mean? You lost the battle. So I take that as my only loss, innit?
How do you feel? How does it feel like to be in the hot seat of someone rapping about you, even though like you know you're rapping about them, but that feeling of sort of standing there, is it like an embarrassing feeling? Is it like I can imagine, like I remember doing rap battles when I was a kid. Like I used to do loads of little rapping and this, that, and the other, and like I kind of remember, you know, sitting there feeling like going like angry. Do you know what I mean? Like,
nah, right. See, I don't listen. That's my secret. When they're saying we've got the same amount of time per round, so when they're saying their rounds to me, I'm going over what I'm going to say next. So I'm getting it
yeah.
clear in my head. So I'm not paying any attention.
No,
and then if
yeah.
the crowd react, I'll know that they've said something funny and I'll react. But
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
asked, I'm not listening.
No.
I'm not bothered what they say till after because I've got what I'm going to say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I watch it back, there's some of them say some funny shit. Some of them say some what everyone else says shit. But
Yeah.
it just, I think that's the best way to do it because then you're not actually giving them. I'm not listening to you. Do you know, like you're giving it all this, and I'm thinking about what I'm saying in my next round.
Yeah.
I've got the same amount of time, so that's what I do.
I mean, you're both there like as rappers, so you'll both be there to do a job. You're going there, you're doing a job. It's all love behind the camera anyway, isn't
It's
it?
like
Do you
boxing,
know what I mean?
mate.
Yeah,
It's
man.
very rare. Like, I've got a
his
lot of
mates get on
enemies.
with your mates, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
all a good crack. And
But at the minute in battle rap, I have got a lot of enemies. I am like, they cancelled me, they don't like me, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Do you want to tell the public why they cancelled you?
Because I told the truth. That's why they cancelled me. So basically, I told the truth before the truth was open knowledge. But the LGBTQ, I called it a paedophile agenda.
Yeah.
And it's come out now in the Epstein files that Epstein funded it. It was for a paedophile agenda. That's why they push it on the kids, and that's why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean all gay people or everybody who is under the umbrella of LGBTQ.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the majority of LGB people. There's actually a massive big group called LGB Naughty, like against groomers. Do you know the lesbian, gays, and bisexual people?
I've seen this. There's
there's a big divide.
Like, things going on about it at the minute.
So,
with
but when
people
I
with
said
signs
it
and
wasn't.
protests.
Everyone had to be accepting of it, or you're cancelled. But when I seen what I seen, two LGBTQ men adopted a child just to do horrific things to it. So that's what I said. It's a paedophile agenda. Look, there's your proof.
Yeah.
And I got harassment. I got the church is a paedophile. I don't own the church though. Do you know?
No,
I don't understand why you're telling me that. I already know that. But I got loads of shit. I got social services rang on me. They tried to get my kids taken off me.
Yeah.
I got death threats. I got doxxed. They someone were coming, so I did a video outside my house. I'm waiting for this Pride march to come down my street, but nobody's coming.
Yeah. Come with all the flags
But
and everything.
the thing is, though, it's battle rap. It's meant to be offensive. Like, I grew up watching
Yeah.
every battle that you've seen. They got called a faggot.
Yeah,
every single
yeah.
battle.
Yeah.
Don't Flop edited a bar out because I said, if you don't want me to use the word faggot, I won't call him it. So I didn't even call him a faggot. And
but let's put it this
they
way.
edited it out.
Let's put it this way. One of the most offensive rappers in the world is Eminem. And his best mate's Elton John.
This is what I mean,
Yeah,
man.
I think he got him a Diamante dildo or something.
Yeah,
for his
something
fucking,
mad, yeah. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't
do you know what
hate
I mean?
gay people.
And he
I've got
says
nothing
about
against gay
faggots, he
people.
says about gays, he said about most of his songs are homophobic. But
People are just too soft, man.
Yeah,
People are just too soft. Like, you know, but that's what got me cancelled. But I think it were more to do with like the battle rap community is a scene of little bitches, and that's why it's dying out. Yeah, they're all little like they're in a little circle, and they'll say things because he said it. So I want to look like him, and I've got to get on board with him. So this is why. Because everybody used to watch battle rap, innit? Of
course.
All the boys in the country.
Man,
Nobody watches it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it went politically woke.
Yeah.
And the majority of the country who watch battle rap are lads from like places like us.
Yeah.
And they enjoy it because it's funny and it's raw and it's insulting and that were a good job. But now it's
the punchlines and that and the metaphors and that. That's what I like.
That's why it's a dying breed now because they took that away from it.
Yeah.
So that they can get monetized. But when you're getting 2,000 to 10,000 views per video you put on, are you really monetizing? Do you know?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Trust me, man.
So they cancelled me, even though I was on the run of a lifetime with them. Do you know? Like I went up and down the country. I battled like 8 times in a year for them. I went London 1 week, Scotland the week before. They sent me to festivals. I was smashing it, and I think all the people that have been doing it for years and years, they got really jealous. Do you know, like that I was getting the limelight. I've come into your sport, and it's like all about me now. Then Don't Flop asked me to do a documentary, bro. So battling a guy called Ominous who works for Channel 4. He's a TV personality.
Okay.
He works in court as well as a psychoanalyzer for criminals who plea insanity.
Yeah.
So we're like two ends of the spectrum, innit? You know,
of course, yeah.
Someone who's always tied up in
someone
court
who's been
and
in
someone
court.
who's always in court working.
Yeah.
So they did this documentary, they filmed it all. They sent
and you were battling him?
I was battling him.
That's mad,
and
isn't
then
it?
they voted it that he beat me 3-0. This is what the battle rappers who got chose to be judges.
Yeah.
They said that he won 3-0, and when you watch it back, he didn't win a round. He didn't win a ball. He did cat in the hat nursery rhymes. He went over his time by 4 minutes each round.
Yeah.
He said like one funny scheme where I went to Wagamama's or something and asked, "Is it pot noodle?"
Yeah.
That's the only thing he got with me. I went, "No, bro, I did some funny, but they said because it was racism.
Oh,
I did
really?
Indian jokes.
Yeah,
like some
yeah, yeah.
Rowan, who runs Don't Flop, is Indian, and you can see him in the background of the battle. It's on Patreon, but laughing his head off, mate.
Yeah,
it weren't
yeah.
racist, it were funny, but it
Yeah,
were
yeah.
racially started, if that makes sense. From obviously it's because he's Indian, but it wasn't a negative thing about me. It was just funny, and I pointed out the fact
The
that they were
thing
Indian.
is, yeah, if
And
it's battle rap, yeah, how can you, like, at the end of the day, there's only so much you can go, oh, your mum this, your nan that, your this, that, the other. It's battle rap. I thought, like, from growing up, battle rap, anything goes. You
Yeah.
know, like, you know, it'd be different if an Indian said something to a white person, but I guess it's a white person saying something to an Indian.
I've done this as
goes-
well. I've stood for this. Like they all agree in battle rap that you can't be racist to a white person. But I've I battled a guy called Jazz, and he said some mad things in a few of his battles.
Yeah.
Anti-white hate. Yeah. So I said, look, I'm battling a racist bastard who hates white men. First guy to talk about black on white racism in rap music, man.
Yeah.
But they're in this like circle of liberal fucking nonsense where that straight white male is the enemy.
Okay.
That's how it seems. Like as a straight white man, I look in.
Yeah.
They attack you unless you're gay or like you're racist if you've got any kind of view or point.
Yeah.
They label you as shit. Battle rap has gone weird, mate. It's gone properly weird. And I weren't involved in it that long at all. So I didn't.
No.
If I'd have known, I wouldn't have bothered. Do you know what I mean? I'd have stuck.
Yeah.
Like I went to do it because I thought this is what rappers do. This is what rappers should
This
be
is what
doing.
you do, and then
this
you're
is how you
building up
network.
from
Yeah,
here.
if I make a fan, I've got a fan in London now. I've got a fan in Bristol. I've got a fan in fucking Scotland because I went out and did this rap.
If you had the opportunity, would you do it again?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. After I got cancelled, I got booked in Amsterdam and I headlined a show in Amsterdam. Okay. And I did a full scheme about getting cancelled and like for what I said, and then I ended up calling him a lesbian and all. They were funny, bro.
Yeah.
So I can battle outside of the UK.
Yeah.
You got to think I've got kids. One of them's poorly baby as well, so I can't really be away for too long travelling. It's going out of the country. Do you know what I mean? It's a ball ache, isn't it?
Let's get into that then, man. So, like you're saying about you got a daughter?
Yeah, I've got 3 children.
Yeah.
My middle child was born with multiple holes in her heart. So she needed major. Well, first she had a band put on to close them a bit to keep the blood flowing until she was big enough to withstand the operation that she needed. But she had basically heart bypass surgery, so they had to put a machine beeping her heart for her while they sawed all these holes up and then get it all going again.
Yeah.
Whilst they were doing her operation, they found more problems inside that they had to fix, which led to prolonged heart bypass surgery, which comes with risk of infection. And she ended up picking up this infection 28 hours after surgery, and it's life-threatening.
Yeah.
So we had to watch her be paralysed, chilled, unconscious, drugged up out of her head at 3 years old. She was being chilled to 35 degrees while she battled off a thing called neck, which is really dangerous. It's bad to get after surgery.
Yeah.
So
is it just that type of surgery, or is it any surgery?
It's like with this type of surgery in premature babies mainly it comes, and you know, like small babies.
Yeah.
It's a big scientific word, but it's dangerous, and it's basically when your body thinks it's shutting down, it starts like sacrificing some organs to keep others alive. So your brain will shut your kidneys off, shut your liver off, because they're not as important as your stomach or your lungs, and something along them lines, so that her body was shutting down during this process, and everything they did kept her alive, basically. And then when she did come to, she was obviously on a ventilator for a prolonged period of time because of this infection. When they tried to detube her, it went wrong, and her lungs collapsed, and her diaphragm stopped working and everything, so she couldn't breathe for herself, which is dangerous. Ventilators are dangerous. They're a short-term solution, long-term problem, you know. So they didn't know what to do. Her diaphragm wasn't breathing, so it got to a point where we either keep her on a ventilator until she can't do it for herself anymore, or we take the ventilator out, see what happens, and we just put it back in if needs must. But the first time they took the ventilator out, it didn't work. When they were trying to put it back in, they gave her too much fentanyl or ketamine, and I watched her blood pressure drop from normal numbers all the way down to like 13, and she went limp as I had hold of her in my hand, and you know, like my knees buckled, they took us out while all these surgeons running. They put us in this room, and I don't want to be in here. I know what these rooms are for, and you're not keeping me in here. And then he come in, and he's like, she's stable.
Oh, fucking
hell.
hell.
Like, what the fuck's just happened? So it was just every day there was something. And then it got to like 20 days into surgery, And they said, we're going to detube her again. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll have to go back on it. But this is the first time since you've been here that it's not life or death. And that was the first time we heard it, so we weren't aware.
Of course.
And then they detubed her, even though she diaphragm's not breathing for her and all this. And doctors were like, "Why? She's breathing. It doesn't make sense. Like, shouldn't be able to do it." But she was doing it with other muscles, like backup muscles. And we got put onto HDU, which is high dependency unit. So it's not ICU, but still pretty intense. It's on the same ward. We were there for 13 days and we were coming off the mask ventilator. So she'd do like 4 hours without it and then 6 and then 8. So
she's naturally getting used to breathing on her own again. And
the diaphragm thing will it's starting, you can tell with her where she's talking now because it made it so she talked through her nose and but now you can hear her voice coming back every now and again now. So it's a long-winded process, but she's doing well.
How long's it been going on for?
Well, she was born with it and she's 4 in April, so nearly 4 years. We're in hospital for 6 weeks, the second operation, the big operation. We still got to go back for checkups. She's still on medicine. We have to give her 3 times, like midnight, 8 o'clock. It's, every 8 hours. But she's doing a bit better every day. We're getting on with everything now.
Yeah.
But because of everything that if you ever see your child at death's door, and then you get your child back, you want to do anything you can for them people. Like I've got my suspicions with the NHS because of COVID and because of the vaccines, and
I have,
I made it clear to them all the way through. But to them people in that children's hospital, I owe them my life, mate. So that's why I wanted to raise all the money for charity. And I walked in.
What hospital is it?
Alder Hey Children's Hospital in Liverpool. It's one of the best in the country. But we raised £1,000 for them already through the poker game. Yeah. And I've got plans to do like a social influence poker game to raise more money because I feel like what they give me, money doesn't matter for, we'll try to do the best, but for other parents to be able to have that where you fix my baby, man, you've given me my baby back. It were horrible to go through, but we come out stronger on the other end. She's already seen the benefits of a surgery. So now it's all about, let's just raise money, let's get the facilities that they need on the ward and on the ICU, and because a lot of babies that are in there, they're all small babies and they don't even have sensory toys, some of them, and something to look at. And there's teenagers that go in there, they could do with Xboxes, and Dave Wilson from Calypso in Blackburn, a restaurant, donated £50 worth of sensory toys. We left them all in the hospital for other kids, but that you got me thinking, just a little small act of kindness.
Of course,
goes a very long way, you know. So this is why I've started raising money independently for Alder Hey, and I take the cash myself to the desk and give it them,
That's it.
But we've got plans this year. I've got a target in my head of 10 grand. If I don't hit it, I've raised £1,000 already over. So I'm not going to be ashamed of my achievements, but it'd be nice to give a 5-figure number back to them at least. You know what I mean? So that's what we're aiming to do this year because of that, because that's what went on with my daughter.
Yeah, no, nice, man. Well, listen, have you got anything to say to the people who are struggling out there with mental health or are struggling with sort of what you're going through at the moment with your daughter and stuff? Is there anything you'd like to tell?
Before you think about killing yourself, think about just having a month off substances first and see what life's like sober. Take yourself out of a victim mindset. Put yourself strong-minded. No matter what life throws at you, just fucking get over it. Carry on, because it just spins anyway, with or without you. So keep being strong and keep keeping on. Talk to someone if you need to.
Yeah, that's it, man. Right, do you want to come show me this view?
Yeah, let's have a look. We'll do a review of the pub, and I'll get some content for it as well, because they were kind enough to not only let us in, but let us film.
That's it, bruv. On the lemonades as well. This is what we're doing.
Speak for yourself, mate. Guinness number 2. Right, then I'm going to show you the best view you'll ever see in a pub. Come with me. This is what you get at the Spread Eagle in Mellor.
What a view, eh?
Not too shabby, that, is it?
Nah, mate.
Welcome to Blackburn.
That's it.
Never judge a book by its cover. It looks beautiful, but it's not.
But it's not.
You're listening to On Tap with Charlie Barker.